Welcome back to the Hooligan Hangout. This week, we are reviewing The Creator, directed by Gareth Edwards, starring John David Washington, Gemma Chan, and Ken Watanabe, to name a few. In case you didn't know, here's a little plot synopsis for you. As a future war between the human race and artificial intelligence rages on, ex-Special Forces agent Joshua is recruited to hunt down and kill the Creator, the elusive architect of advanced AI. The Creator has developed a mysterious weapon that has the power to end the war and all of mankind. As Joshua and his team of elite operatives venture into enemy-occupied territory, they soon discover the world-ending weapon is actually an AI in the form of a young child. Where do we want to begin? Gentlemen and gentlemen.
I would like to start off by saying that for the budget that they had, they had no business making such a high quality looking movie, like VFX and all.
I completely agree. Because I heard their budget wasn't that good, but it was definitely on par with big movies.
Their budget was $80 million.
But it's not like Avatar level budget, and I feel like they gave us that level of effect.
Yeah. Even a $200 million Marvel movie looks like trash.
The fucking TV shows that they've been getting with the same budget per episode looks like trash.
That's what I'm saying. So it really shows no excuse for anything. It really shows how much they freaking torture their VFX artists. Yeah. all their Marvel
the
shows.
The pinnacle of underpaid.
No, it definitely looked amazing. It didn't look like it had a small budget. I wouldn't say 80 million is small, but
for a Hollywood blockbuster, it sure is.
I couldn't tell. I also like that this wasn't necessarily a unique idea. Like, this has been used probably 100 times in movies before, but the way they did it was very unique. The way the story that they created, you know what I mean? The environment, not necessarily with the AI and everything, but it was definitely unique.
I agree. I feel like that's one of the downsides of the movie, in my opinion, is it does feel like he had an original idea, but it is very mixed in with other like film ideas.
Right.
I can see where it took inspiration clearly. That makes sense. So I mean, that's one of the things that brought down a little bit.
I feel like it did it in a refreshing way. Like it took like this same trope we've seen over and over again and kind of it twisted it just enough to make it feel like his own.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. It felt unique enough for me. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. It was very very captivating. I thought it kept you interested all throughout. I was interested all throughout. But to be honest, the only other complaint I really have about it is I thought some of the lines were like really corny.
Like what?
And I mean, do y'all want to get into spoilers?
I mean, does one line spoil the entire movie?
No, it's in the trailer, but it was like about so it was with the yeah, but it's in like one of the later trailers. It was about when the child is just talking to this like random lady, and the lady's like, "Oh, like what do you want? What do you want to eat or whatever? Like, what do you want?" And she's like, "I want all robots to be free." Like, what kind of shit? Like, okay.
Yeah.
And then the lady's like, "Sorry, we don't have that in the fridge." Like, oh, I'm like, bro, that's probably the worst. That's probably the worst line. It was funny,
made me laugh.
It's probably the worst line.
What? I don't think it was the worst line.
I was just like, okay, man.
Well, because it was in such a serious setting when she said it, so it just kind of threw you off, and I loved it. It made me laugh.
It shouldn't have been that serious of an answer to the question, though.
That's why I was like, okay.
That's what happens when you make a robot Gandhi, I guess. So.
I will say, how do I word this? So, like I said, I was a big fan of the concept of the story and everything, but also at the same time, I feel like there wasn't the biggest plot device. Like the girl, I don't know how
I
much
mean,
was in the trailer, but them going after the girl and protecting her, kind of the whole movie, I just feel like that wasn't enough of a plot device for me. I was waiting for something else to happen, you know what I mean?
the
Bro,
main character is the plot device, bro.
Yeah,
She what?
she was the reason either side could win the war.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, not even now, like in the future.
What did you want to happen, Doug? Please.
I don't know.
He's like, not that.
I just feel like, and y'all are gonna hate me for this. I just feel like it was a little bit boring in that sense. Like they were just trying to get the girl and run the whole time, the whole movie.
Well, it's
Oh,
war.
were there not enough explosions and guns for you now, motherfucker? Huh? You're on the other shoe now. Do you want more boom
war,
booms?
and
Do you want more
that
big tanks
child
destroying 8-year-old children on screen?
and that child is the biggest thing that could change the war. So of course they're all just going after her the whole movie.
Yeah. The other thing I don't get is why did they make her be able? Why did they not be able to make her change the war now? Like they have to wait for the future for her to get better. Why not just create her and to be able to stop the war from the get go?
Huh? What'd you say? What was that last sentence?
Why not make her be able to turn the war from the get go?
They kind of
They say that.
explained all that.
They
Not
say it
why.
word for word. Yes.
Really?
Go
They kind of
barn for
explained all
barn.
that. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get into that, but they did explain that.
Okay, wait. Explain it to me. We can cut
Doug,
this
it
out.
bothers me how little you pay attention in movies.
Yeah, I also bootleg them, so
But
it's very
still,
hard.
like how? No, it's not.
It is. It's hard. Wait, so what was the reason?
You're gonna have to cut this out.
Yeah, that's fine.
I already said that.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it is.
The reason that she's gonna end the war.
No, why they made her a little girl and not.
Well, she's the. I honestly believe why the creator made the decision to make her own child, like her
It's
embryo.
not why you believe it. You said there was bar for bar. They told us why.
No, you said why did they make her a child?
No, why did they not make
There's
her
a reason.
able-
There's a reason they made her as a weapon, and there's a reason they made her a child. Those are two different reasons.
No, why did they not make her? Because she can't end the war right now. She has to grow. She has to get better. She has to get stronger. Why didn't she make her be able to end it there when
That's
she made it?
She did end the war.
Exactly why.
She did end the war. She ended the war, but she's also going to grow as one of the most powerful AI in the world.
That's what I'm saying. Why make her grow? Why not just make her the powerful AI from the beginning?
Because she's not meant to be like an actual, like, physical weapon in a sense. It's supposed to be both physical and mental more so. And if the AI previously doesn't have the capability to do that, and they know the only way to do it is to make it a child that gets real life experience and understands for itself, then that's what they're going to do.
I also inadvertently think the creator or like his girlfriend made it look like their child was a way to ensure that he would help and he would change sides if it was his own. It's kind of a way to bridge the AI and humanity between how he thinks about them.
Basically, by
And
not
that's what he
making
did
it
by the end
something
of the
that's
movie.
predetermined with all these biases that just has one way of thinking right when it pops out, they have it to where it can develop without the biases of its creators.
Yeah, I can see that. Makes sense.
Anyways, what'd y'all hate about it?
I already said what I hated about it. Hate's a strong word.
Well, what did you dislike?
Anthony?
I guess he already said it too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I already said it. It was just kind of.
What did you dislike, Edward?
I feel like the pacing was a little weird. I feel like the downturns it had were like downturns. There weren't like I feel like there'd be like a lot of momentum going, and then it would like hit a brick wall and then slowly pick up again.
I kind of like that because it was like a journey.
I like that
between
sometimes,
him and the
but
child.
I feel like they just pushed like they lulled a little too long.
Did it
Which is
feel like a
probably
long
why
movie?
it not at points it did, but whenever it got going, you know.
Yeah. This is actually one of the few movies where it can stand on its own as its own movie and be done. Like it could be just one movie and done. But I wouldn't mind getting more. Like I kind of wanted more in a good way.
It would be a cool sequel. See her as she's grown up in like 20 years.
Yeah.
See how the society's changed.
Oh yeah. Exactly. But yeah.
What y'all think of the first explosion in the very beginning?
What do we think of it?
Visually?
Just like, I mean, like, how crazy would that be? Dropping a nuke on LA. All right, never mind.
I'm gonna link the CONQUEROR video where they literally explain exactly what would happen if you were to drop a nuke on LA.
They actually.
Well, I've seen that, but I was asking your opinion. But never mind. Let's just move on.
No, I mean, there's really no opinion on how crazy it would be. There's just like strict fact. It's a factual question.
Okay.
It would be
Anyways, let's move on.
It'd be the craziest place to drop a nuke. That's the one place you probably shouldn't drop a nuke. That's what I think. Anyways, what did you like about the movie?
I talked about it.
We already talked about that. What are you on right now?
Good. Anyways,
talked about it.
What would you what would you
wait.
rate it?
No, wait. I have a lot to say. I didn't know y'all were done with that. I thought y'all had more to say.
I thought you had. What more can you say without getting into spoilers, Noah?
Oh, a lot. Number one, the score by Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer, I didn't even know was still doing movies. I thought he was done because he hasn't been in any that I know of for a little bit.
Let me see what the last one he did was.
And so the score by him was actually so riveting.
Maybe he just hadn't had a movie he wanted to.
I really believe that this movie was probably hard to get off the ground from executives because, like, it's kind of a new original IP. It's not based on any books or anything. And I feel like that's the reason it was, like, had to be a little bit mixed in with other film ideas. I'm sure that's how they kind of convinced the studio to make this movie. Oh, this movie's kind of like a James Cameron movie or like a District 9. They had to convince them that it's taking inspiration from other movies, which is fair, but it's kind of crazy how hard.
Is that how it works? You have to convince your.
Yes, you have to pitch a movie. And
you have to convince them that it's similar to other movies.
Yeah, because a lot of studios will be like, not with a brand new IP, they might not be confident that's going to make the money to sustain on its own. Yeah, so they have to be pretty damn confident about the idea before they go through with it. But anyways, I also thought it was interesting how John David Washington and Madeline Una Voiles, who was the child, I thought they did a really good job. Me personally, John David Washington is one of my favorite younger actors in Hollywood.
Which one is that?
The main character.
Gotcha.
I think he's a terrific actor. But I did also find it interesting how they didn't, like, as a protagonist, they didn't make him, like, they didn't try to force him to make him likable. Like, he was who he was, and you just had to accept him if you liked him or not. Which clearly he had his own little arc throughout the movie for compassion towards these beings.
I've heard a lot about, what's the girl's name, the main character?
Which one? The child or the
child.
the girl? This is her first movie, bro. So I don't know what you heard of.
It
Seriously,
is. It's literally the first time she's
I
been
know,
on
but
screen.
a lot of people have been talking about her.
She did good. She did really good. I totally give her props. I guess last thing I can say too is just besides the interesting ideas of, like I said, the AI, because it was cool how some people, there was a whole division between people who are like all for humanity and people who can see that these AI aren't bad. They're not bad programming or nothing. Like the people who are against AI really only think of them as like just programming. Like we're not killing them. We're just shutting them down and stuff like that. Like don't even like be worried. But sometimes seeing these AI die and just how like human like they are, it was kind of sad seeing them just get shut off, quote unquote. But other than that, I thought they had pretty great introduction to the world as a whole. This movie, a lot of good world building elements. But that's all.
I feel like the world building is what really helped it stand out from the other movies that were similar. Like if you take like just the description of like AI turns evil, but humans are fighting for like a weapon to end the war. You know, like some points of Alita Battle Angel. Like you could go like 80 different ways with just that description.
Yeah,
and
and
it
no
somehow
spoiler,
managed to carve its own little corner out.
Yeah, and no spoiler, but like I said, watching humanity and AI kind of blend together in a different way. I'll just say in a different way is kind of cool. I like getting to know some of the AI. Yeah, I would recommend. I think I was really excited for this movie, and it was probably just about as I expected.
I would recommend it too. This is one of the better movies that has come out this year.
My only complaint in my as a personal experience, they didn't have this movie in any IMAX theater. It was just in a small stage.
There's the budget right there. Show.
And I really wish I could have watched this on like an IMAX screen.
They're usually get better theaters.
How do some movies get IMAX showings and some don't? Like
because theaters usually only have like 1 or 2 IMAX screens per theater, so everyone's fighting to have their movie on it.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you win? You pay them?
Yes.
That, and it really just depends what they think's going to bring them the most revenue on the screen.
Usually it's a big, really hyped up movies that'll get them.
Like the Marvels.
I heard the Marvels aren't even getting a big screen.
No, they are now, because Dune Part 2 was supposed to come out at the same time, and they delayed it. So then the Marvels gets the screens now. Wild state of movies.
Good, because Dune 2 sucked.
No.
Dune 1 sucked.
No, it didn't.
Dune 2
would you recommend, Anthony?
Yeah. I mean, I would neither recommend nor not recommend.
Someone's not singing and dancing. Anthony doesn't like it.
All right, and what's your rating, Anthony? I feel like you're gonna be different.
7.5.
Damn.
Oh, that ain't too bad.
I'll give it a strong 9.
That ain't too bad.
Jeez.
I'll give it an 8.5.
Dang, how am I the lowest?
I don't know. You didn't like
That's
it.
crazy. Yeah.
Because there were no musical numbers.
That was good. I mean, if they broke out in a song, that would have been nice.
Why is that so funny? Oh my god. I don't know why it's so funny. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. Make sure if you're on any other podcast platform, leave us a review. And a rating, of course. Links in the description for all of our social media and our merch. Go buy our merch and say hi to your mom for us, and we will see you next week. Peace.